60 new vehicles on the market and prices continuing to rise. Finding a safe, reliable, and budget-friendly car is pretty challenging.
Yeah, so if you're shopping for a new ride, Consumer Reports has you covered with its highly anticipated annual list of best cars, trucks, and SUVs for 2025.
That shiny new car in your driveway could be a financial time bomb. According to Consumer Reports' 2025 reliability study, some of the most popular vehicles on the road aren't built to last. They're built to fail. Engines are seizing, transmissions collapsing, and repair bills topping $15,000, often right after the warranty ends. Experts warn this isn't bad luck, it's planned. Automakers are deliberately cutting corners, rushing technology to market, and designing components to survive only through the warranty period. After that, the cost becomes your problem, and the deeper you look, the worse it gets. The hidden trap of modern cars. New cars aren't just pricey, they're financial traps disguised as progress. In 2025, the average vehicle cost over $57,000, with loan terms stretched to a punishing 84 months. Families are locked into payments for 7 years, thinking they're buying peace of mind. But here's the problem. Catastrophic failures are hitting in years 3 to 5, right after the warranty runs out. Engines seize, transmissions collapse, and electronics fail without warning. Repairs aren't a few $100s anymore. They're $10,000 to $20,000 disasters, and they strike while owners still owe more than the car is worth. That leaves families with impossible choices. Do you pay repair bills bigger than your savings? Keep making payments on a car that won't run, or stop paying and watch your credit score collapse? None of those choices end well. And the darkest truth? These failures aren't random. They're calculated. Automakers design parts to survive the warranty period, and little more. Internal documents show engineers warning about flaws, only to be overruled by executives chasing cost savings and faster launches. And when you see which American models are leading this list, you'll realize just how deep the problem runs. American nightmares, Ford and GM. Take the Ford Explorer with the EcoBoost engine. Marketed as efficient and modern, it's become one of the most devastating cars to own. The issue lies in the 2.3-liter turbocharged engine's direct injection system. Unlike older fuel systems that kept valves clean, this setup leaves them exposed to carbon buildup. Misfires begin, power disappears, and soon, the entire engine fails. The repair? Anywhere from $3,000 for cleaning to $12,000 for replacement on a vehicle worth maybe $20,000. A Consumer Reports study showed 62% of Explorer owners with EcoBoost engines faced major problems before 75,000 miles. Internal Ford documents revealed engineers warned about this during development, but executives overruled them to hit fuel economy targets. Owners are left holding the bill. General Motors isn't faring better. Their active fuel management system, used in millions of trucks and SUVs like the Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, and Yukon, was marketed as fuel-saving tech. Instead, it's destroying engines. Lifter failures trigger misfires, scatter metal debris, and cascade into catastrophic damage. Repairs run $4,000 to $8,000, often hitting right after warranties expire. Multiple lawsuits accuse GM of knowing these defects existed yet pushing forward with production anyway. And these are just the start of America's automotive disasters. Next up, Jeep's infamous death wobble. A problem so terrifying that owners describe it as feeling like the car will shake itself off the road. Jeep's death wobble. Few vehicles carry the same rugged image as the Jeep Wrangler and Gladiator. They're sold as icons of freedom, off-road toughness, and all-American durability. But for thousands of owners, that dream turns into a terrifying nightmare at highway speeds. Something they call the death wobble. Here's how it happens. The Wrangler's solid front axle design and basic suspension geometry can't always handle bumps at speed. Hit an irregularity at 65 or 70 miles per hour, and the steering wheel can start shaking violently. Not a little vibration, a full-on oscillation so extreme it feels like the vehicle is about to rip itself apart. Drivers describe it as losing control of the car, like being trapped in a runaway roller coaster. The financial side is just as ugly. Fixing it usually means a complete front-end rebuild, costing $2,000 or more. But the bigger hit comes when you try to sell. Vehicles linked to the death wobble have resale values 15 to 20% lower than comparable SUVs, costing owners thousands more in depreciation. Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, has denied that it's a design defect, even though lawsuits and internal documents show engineers recommended suspension redesigns years ago. Executives rejected the fixes. Too costly. One Jeep owner in Texas summed it up. At 70 miles per hour, it felt like the car was about to shake itself off the road. And if that wasn't alarming enough, wait until you see what's happening with the world's most hyped technology, electric cars. Tech disasters, electric vehicle failures. Electric cars promise the future, quiet, fast, and high-tech. But in 2025, some of the most popular EVs are leaving owners with repair bills that feel like financial ruin. Let's start with the Tesla Model Y. It was supposed to redefine efficiency with its heat pump system. Instead, Consumer Reports found that 38% of owners experience failures within the first 3 years. In cold climates, that means no cabin heat and sharply reduced range. Out of warranty, the fix costs $4,000 to $6,000. Add in Tesla's limited service centers and weeks-long wait times, and owners are stuck paying for rides on top of repair bills. Worse, the Model Y's heavy reliance on electronics creates another nightmare. Touchscreen and computer failures don't just kill the radio. They can disable the entire car, leaving it bricked in the driveway. Then comes the Mercedes-Benz EQE. Marketed as German engineering excellence, it's plagued with battery management system failures. When it dies, the whole pack usually needs replacement, a $22,000 repair. Owners report losing $50,000 in value within 18 months, making this luxury EV a financial black hole. And don't forget the Audi e-tron GT. Its cutting-edge power electronics are failing at alarming rates. Repairs often exceed $20,000, with parts delays leaving owners stranded for months. If even luxury EVs are collapsing this fast, what chance do everyday family cars have? The answer might shock you. Family vehicle failures. For decades, families turned to minivans and three-row SUVs for one thing above all: reliability. But in 2025, some of the most trusted names in family transport are crumbling under pressure. Take the Honda Odyssey. Long praised as the minivan you could buy without worry, it's now plagued by catastrophic end-speed automatic transmission failures. At first, it's harsh shifts and hesitation, then total collapse. Replacing the transmission runs $6,000 to $8,000. A devastating bill for families who bought Honda expecting peace of mind. Consumer Reports found 42% of Odyssey owners face serious transmission issues before 75,000 miles. The Toyota Sienna Hybrid, once the gold standard of family haulers, hides an equally costly flaw. Its battery cooling system fails to regulate temperatures, burning out the hybrid system. Owners are being hit with $11,000 to $12,000 repairs, sometimes just weeks after the warranty expires. Families who thought they were buying Toyota dependability are instead facing financial shocks. And then there's the Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade, two of the hottest-selling family SUVs. Their 3.8-liter V6 engines are consuming oil at alarming rates, often a quart every 1,000 miles. Left unchecked, it leads to complete engine seizure. A full replacement? $15,000 or more. For families already stretched thin, these vehicles aren't just unreliable, they're financial wrecking balls. But what's causing these failures across so many brands? The truth goes deeper than any single model. The truth about modern engineering. Here's the uncomfortable truth the auto industry doesn't want you to know. Many of these failures aren't accidents. They're deliberate outcomes of engineering choices designed with profits first, not long-term reliability. During development, engineers routinely flag weaknesses. Fragile lifters, overheating batteries, transmission flaws. But time and again, executives overrule them. Why? Because redesigning costs money, and delaying launches hurts sales. It's cheaper to let customers become the test subjects. If only a percentage of cars fail within warranty, the company pays those claims. But once the warranty ends, the burden shifts entirely onto the owner. This is planned obsolescence, modernized for the auto industry. Cars are designed not to fail immediately. That would trigger recalls. Instead, they're engineered to hold just long enough to slip past coverage, then collapse. It's failure on a timer. The media too plays its part. Auto magazines dependent on advertising rarely report these patterns. Reviews gush over horsepower and touchscreens, while long-term reliability is ignored. By the time failure data emerges years later, the press has already moved on to the next shiny model. The result? An entire industry quietly profiting from your financial pain. So, how do you fight back? There are ways, if you know where to look. Protecting yourself. So, how do you avoid becoming the next victim of these automotive money pits? The data points to a few clear strategies. First, avoid being an early adopter. The worst reliability disasters almost always happen in the first model year of a new engine, transmission, or redesign. Automakers use paying customers as beta testers, and when things break, it's the owners, not the executives, who pay the price. Second, research doesn't stop at the model name. Dig into the exact engine and transmission combination. The base powertrain on a car might be bulletproof, while the premium option is a financial grenade. Consumer Reports shows this pattern over and over. Third, don't assume luxury means reliability. In 2025, mainstream brands like Toyota, Mazda, and Honda consistently outperform BMW, Mercedes, and Audi in long-term durability. Extra complexity in luxury vehicles means more things to fail, and far higher repair bills. Finally, budget for reality. Modern vehicles don't break cheaply. Major repairs often start at $5,000 and climb fast. If your finances can't handle that, choose models known for long-term durability instead of chasing the latest tech. Because in today's auto market, the wrong choice doesn't just cost you money, it can wreck your financial future. The uncomfortable truth. The golden age of reliability is over. Cars built in the 1990s and early 2000s routinely hit 200,000 miles with few major issues. But their modern counterparts, loaded with fragile tech and rushed engineering, often collapse before 100,000 miles. This isn't a coincidence. It's the new business model. Automakers design vehicles like smartphones, products with built-in lifespans. They profit when you're forced back into the market for another purchase, not when you keep the same car running for decades. The result? Families locked into 7-year loans, hit with 5-figure repair bills, and trapped in cars worth less than the debt attached to them. What was once a tool of freedom is now, for many, the first domino in a financial collapse. So the next time you see a shiny new SUV with all the latest features, remember, the touchscreen won't matter if the engine fails at 60,000 miles. The badge won't save you when the hybrid battery costs more than your savings account. Reliability is no longer guaranteed. It's something you have to research and fight for. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit subscribe and share this video with anyone thinking about buying a new car. In our next video, we'll reveal the most reliable vehicles of 2025, the ones still built to last. Because the most important feature any car can have isn't luxury, power, or tech. It's the ability to start every morning without draining your bank account.